Alright guys, another beautiful day here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. And today I have a fun episode. I'm going to actually be interviewing a local expat here that I believe he moved from the United States and lives here in Cambodia. So I thought it'd be fun to show you guys a video of a local person here, expat, and see what the cost of living is like and also what it's like to live here, how he got the chance to live here in Cambodia, and give you guys all that information. So stay tuned for a wonderful episode today here in Phnom Penh. Is it mint latte?
It's a hot mocha.
Hot mocha.
It's a mint.
Oh.
It's a mint mocha with extra mint.
Okay. All right, guys, here it is. We're meeting up with Eric to do a formal interview, kind of see what it's like here to live in Cambodia. And I want to kind of introduce you guys to a local. So, Eric, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm Eric. I'm an American YouTuber and a teacher here in Cambodia. And with me here in Cambodia is my wife, Saimai, and our son, William. Neither of which are here for this interview, but hi, great to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. And yeah, I found Eric off his YouTube channel, Second Life Travels?
That's right.
Second Life Travels. So yeah, you can go ahead and check out the link below for his channel. But at the same time, I just found out that he's not going to be doing YouTube as much anymore because he's going to be spending more time with his family. So, but the main reason I wanted to interview with Eric was that I reached out to him to see, you know, what it's like to live as an expat here in Cambodia. And also, I found out that he actually lived in other countries besides Cambodia because he travels for his job, which he's an international teacher. So can you give me a little bit of background of your international teaching experience?
Oh, well, taught in Thailand for 4 years, Korea for 2 years, and this is going to be next year my 5th year in Cambodia.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, so he has a good reference point to living abroad, and not only in terms of, you know, Cambodia, but also in terms of Thailand as well as in Korea. But one of the things I wanted to ask him was, in terms of transitioning, how was the transition? Now, I'm sorry, he mentioned that he's from the United States. So you're from North Carolina?
Originally Indiana.
Indiana, okay.
Yeah, but moved to North Carolina in Asheville for about 12 years.
Okay, and he's been a teacher there as well. So many years of experience as a teacher, but transitioning from the United States to moving abroad, where was your first country that you went to?
First it was Thailand, and it was easy for me. Some people have a difficult time. They have that whole roller coaster of the culture shock and all that. I didn't have any of that because I had made a decision to make a change in my life. So I had, in America, everything a person might want. I had a really nice house, big piece of land, and nice cars, and there were nice things in the house.
Right.
And just about the time I turned 40, I was ready for a change.
Okay.
And so I had lots of things, but I felt like there was more to life, and I needed more experiences other than home improvement and mowing the lawn and doing everything that you know, you do in America. So just decided to sell my house, sell my cars, sell most of my stuff, put the rest in storage, and moved to Thailand. And I was just ready. I had kind of mentally divorced myself from my old life right from the beginning. And I said to myself, by moving to Bangkok, I'm moving to my new home. This is my home now. Okay. And I think a lot of people that I've met, they've got a difficult time doing that mentally. They say, we're going to give this a try and see how it goes. When you do that, you're going to always hit the culture shock roller coaster. And it always works the same way. You arrive in a new place and everything is, it's amazing and incredible, and everything's so cool and different, and your focus is on how everybody's really the same, but then the roller coaster starts going downward, and within maybe the first month, and I've seen it so many times, and now you start noticing the differences, and you start thinking, oh, well, the way they do it in my country is right, and they're doing it wrong, and I hate it here. And then after about 6 months, usually people kind of get to a more realistic point, which is hopefully that there's, it's not right and wrong, it's just different. But I didn't have any of that. I was just really happy to be abroad, and I've enjoyed being abroad, and I've never stopped enjoying being abroad. And
you make a very good point. I think a lot of people, when you think of seeing YouTubers on the YouTube talking about living abroad, that's the one point that I think a lot of people don't hear about, is the fact that it is a roller coaster. You're getting that initial rush, right, of moving to a foreign country for the first time, and you're getting to experience everything new. But once everything starts settling down, then kind of reality kind of sits in, and you know what, it may not be that magical land that you thought of initially. So now you brought up a very good point on that. Wonderful. And then once you were living in Bangkok, then you transitioned to, I'm assuming, Korea, right? And you moved to Korea. Now, was there like a big shift in terms of lifestyle or your life in Bangkok versus that of Korea?
Yeah, life is very different in Korea as compared to Bangkok. Some people like Korea more, some people love Thailand more. It was very different. I had gotten quite used to living in Southeast Asia, so I guess the differences stood out to me more.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say I was in a culture shock or anything. It was just a matter of just getting used to differences.
New country. Okay.
Yeah.
And then going back to you mentioned that you're married, and your wife is?
Yeah, she's Thai.
She's Thai. So did you meet her?
I met her in Bangkok.
When you were working there.
That's right.
Okay, so then she moved with you to Korea.
Yeah, she's moved around with me, and now she's here in Cambodia. She actually really likes it. The people are incredibly friendly, including to her. The Cambodians also really love children, and we have a small child, and they just go gaga over him, and that's really helped my wife adjust a lot. That everyone seems to be so friendly,
right?
And so she's really enjoyed it here. She loves how easy it is to live in the neighborhood in which we live, where you just walk out of the door in 5 minutes, be to anything that you need.
And then you got your visa, I'm assuming, through your then work.
Yeah, right.
So Eric is an international teacher and works at an international school. So then they help sponsor his visa that he can work here and live.
That's right.
Okay. Now let's go to more or less the cost of living here. When you moved to Cambodia, what was your first place like in terms of your apartment, condo? What was the cost of that in terms of?
Well, we've moved around a bit in Cambodia, or in Phnom Penh rather, and the first place we lived in was a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-floor apartment that was probably about maybe 2,500 square feet, about 250 square meters.
Wow, that's like a huge home in the United States.
Yeah, it was $800 a month.
Oh my gosh.
But the neighborhood, it wasn't a dangerous neighborhood. There was just nothing there. A lot of computer repair shops, car repair shops, not much to do in that neighborhood. It's a neighborhood where people go to do things or to get things done.
Right.
It's not like there's a lot of great restaurants there. Also, it was a place that had been renovated and was on the top floor. So we had to hike up multiple floors of stairs, narrow stairs.
Okay.
And Simai was at first pregnant, and then we had a little baby at the time. So, although it was a very beautiful apartment, it had a jacuzzi in the living room. On the other side of the living room, there was a fish pond.
Oh my gosh.
Inside, it was like that.
Yeah.
And the prices were low because it was COVID.
Gotcha.
But we eventually moved to Russian Market, and it's a way better neighborhood.
And currently, what do you spend for your condo here?
Well, we have, should I use meters or feet for your audience?
Use meters, that's fine.
Meters, 100 square meters. I'll just say 1,000 square feet apartment. It's up on a high floor, but with elevator.
Oh, nice.
And 2-bedroom, 2-bath, incredibly bright, 1 million windows, huge rooms, big double French doors that open up in the living room to a balcony and just let all the air in.
Beautiful.
And yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
And open floor plan in the living room and the kitchen. It's great. And it's $600 a month. And that includes unlimited water. So they don't charge for that. It includes the internet.
Includes the internet too?
Yeah, it includes twice a week maid cleanings.
Wow.
Which is pretty common. The electricity is a little expensive, as is common in those places. I think we pay like 27 cents per kilowatt hour. But the air conditioning isn't so expensive because number one, we don't run it a ton in the day, especially
Okay.
not now in the mornings.
Right.
There's so much flow through with so many windows in that place.
Okay.
And then in Asia, it's not like America, you know, where they have this central AC,
Right.
so it's always kind of, you're running a huge amount of power to run one of those, and it's for the whole house.
Right.
But in Asia, you're gonna just have air conditioning with a individual unit for every room
Right.
hanging on the wall. So if we're in the living room, we can just close the other doors and just aircon the living room. And at night, we just aircon the bedrooms.
Sure.
So it doesn't end up being too much.
So on an average, what do you think a monthly electric bill looks like for you?
Well, when it's hot like it is now in the hot and wet season, maybe $160 a month,
Oh, okay.
and then maybe around $100 a month in the winter.
Okay. So
Yeah.
still relatively affordable in terms of
Yeah. It's not so much. So, but $600 a month is what we pay for the rent, and the internet's pretty fast and quite stable.
Now, for I know you probably did a video already on this about cost of living on your channel, and I'll be sure to leave a link, like I said, for his channel below. But at the same time, on average, what do you think for a family of 3 you guys spend for like eating and groceries?
Oh, Saimai, my wife, is a great cook, and she cooks all of our meals. I give her completely for groceries, like food, toilet paper, like all of it, $175 a month for all this.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's awesome.
she shops at the fancy supermarket.
Russian
Sometimes
market right
she'll with the fancy supermarket, but also sometimes the market itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we pay for, like shampoo, soap, food, all of it.
Yeah. So there's a big market over here called the Russian market, and it has a lot of produce and available.
Fresh.
Yeah, and also fish and meats and everything you need basically.
Yeah, I mean the chicken you're buying was up and kicking and running around this morning, so it's extremely safe and way fresher than you would get in the States, and it's way cheaper. Like I bought a dozen tomatoes and they were 96 cents, right? So.
No, I've been noticing that. We've been here for now a couple of weeks now, and we've been buying fruit and vegetables at the local market, and our whole entire bag of vegetables and fruit is like $3 or $4.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much vegetables you can get here and fruit here for so inexpensive. And like you mentioned earlier, they have the fresh chickens. You think the chickens are laying out that have been just all cut up, but they're fresh, guys. They're just been killed that day, and they're fresh. So they're better than the ones that have been processed through and shipped and whatnot, and have bacteria growing on. This is right there.
Yeah, that's right. And fun fact, you can also go to the local supermarkets like Lucky over here, and they'll charge not much different actually from the market, and it's like more like an American style shopping experience where the chicken's wrapped up in with plastic and in the refrigerated case and all that.
Right.
But I still think the meat's better from the market.
Wow, that's awesome. And when it regards to, let's say, food, we got also electric, and also we got the rent. Do you also pay for healthcare? How do you pay for your healthcare?
Well, I have it different from most people because my school provides me with a really good healthcare plan. They cover 100% of everything in every country of the world except
the United States.
The United States. It's just too expensive to cover in the USA.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. So whenever we visit the USA, we got to get a separate traveler's insurance plan.
Sure.
But it could be anything. I can go into the hospital. They've got a couple actually quite nice ones now. I go in there because I have an ingrown toenail or because I need a major surgery, and it's just $20. That's my pay.
Copay, huh?
Yeah, everything else 100%. So insurance, though, if you buy it separately, because if you just buy it through a website, it's much cheaper than in the United States because healthcare is cheaper.
Right.
If you live in Cambodia, I'd say the hospitals here, like the fancy private ones, like we're open Phnom Penh, which is actually run by a Thai company. Everything from basic to moderate stuff you can just do here. If it's some major, if I was getting brain surgery, I would probably go to Bangkok.
Gotcha.
But it's an hour flight away. Yeah. And they have the best hospitals in Asia in Bangkok. People from Japan sometimes even come here.
Oh wow.
So not here, but to Bangkok? Thailand. Yeah, it's not so expensive here at all. It's much cheaper than in the U.S., which has This literally the world's worst prices on medical care.
Yeah. Now, go to that experience. I mean, is there anything that you miss from the United States that you don't get here?
There is only one thing. To be honest, I miss, and I look. The United States is great. I'm not trying to poo-poo the United States. It's a great country. It's a wonderful country. Just not what I'm looking for right now.
Right.
But I don't miss anything except it was nice owning my own home, and I like doing renovation projects. I guess in my own home. That was nice.
Yeah.
But if we end up moving to Bangkok or somewhere in Thailand, because my wife is Thai, we can buy and own a house and just do all that there.
Okay, that's all. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's cool.
You can't own land in Asia, Southeast Asia, except Malaysia as a foreigner.
Okay.
So, but if you're married to a Thai wife, then you can buy a home in Thailand.
That's awesome.
At least she can with my money.
Right.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's great. I trust her. She's wonderful. And so, if we move to Thailand, we'll probably just buy a house there.
Now, in terms of not only missing what you missed in United States, but is there any, I would say, not cons, but things that you don't necessarily like about living abroad? That's different from what you would.
I would say only a couple of minor quibbles. For example, in Phnom Penh, you can walk almost everywhere, but there are no sidewalks.
Yeah,
and if there are sidewalks, people park on them. So you do have to trust that as you walk down the street, no one's going to run you over.
Yeah.
No one has yet, after 4 years, upcoming 5 years, yet run me over in traffic. I've never known anyone get hit by traffic. It can be a little bit unnerving though. Let's see, something that if you live in Southeast Asia, this is different culturally everywhere, that you would have to learn to deal with would be that things aren't going to be as quick and as efficient as in the United States. Some people in the USA may be shaking their head in disbelief, but Eric, it's not efficient here. Well, trust me, things are not so quick and efficient in Southeast Asia. It's not that they're incompetent, they just have a different mindset to things here. And so, for example, if you want to get your car fixed and they say 3 days, you're just best off tripling that. Just triple it. You'll be less disappointed. So when they say 3 days, you say to yourself, you go home and you tell your wife, when she says, when's the car going to be done? You just say 9 days. And then when it's done in 8 days, you're happily surprised. And when it's 9 days, it's what you expect. Things are just not as quick. You also may have to behave a little bit differently culturally in places like Cambodia or Thailand, because in America, it's quite common to throw a big fit if things aren't going the way you like. But here, don't do that. Here, it makes you look like a man baby or a lady baby who can't control themselves. And it's very uncool to lose your temper. And you just expect it to be calm, no matter how frustrated you are by this or that. But these are minor quibbles. I mean, if you're not ready to behave differently or approach things differently, you probably shouldn't move abroad. Because if you're not willing to adopt new ways of thinking and willing to change yourself, then you should just stay wherever you're at. You'll be happy where you're at compared to moving abroad. But if you have a flexible, non-rigid mindset, you're going to do way, way better than people who are rigid and set in their ways.
No, you make a very good point, because I know I've met other expats as well as people traveling to different countries, and they go to these countries thinking that the other people in the country they travel to have to behave like them, or understand where they're coming from. And in retrospect, you got to look at where you're going and say, you know what, you got to be, going into the culture of the Cambodia or Thailand, and you got to respect their culture. So as a guest in the foreign countries, I think that's really important, that you got to adapt to your behavior, your expectations. And that's a very good point, because I've seen too much where people, even as a tourist, come into countries and think that those people have to act like them or understand them.
Yeah, I mean, you can think that way, but then you're going to be miserable and hate it here. So you're just going to have to be flexible and know that, again, it's not right or it's wrong.
Right.
It's just different.
Right.
And different is okay. Again, you should value different, or you should probably not go abroad, because the people are going to be very different and the society is going to be different, and it's up to you to be flexible. I remember when I first got here, I would get upset in traffic because I drive a motorcycle, and I don't believe that a lot of people around here drive very well. And I used to get real bent out of shape. And then it occurred to me that honking at somebody in traffic, shouting at somebody in traffic, even if I change that one person's behavior, which it won't, what about the other 17 million people? I'm just not going to change it. I'm getting all bent out of shape about something that I can't control, something I can't change. And I realized I'm just being too rigid here. I just need to go with the flow.
Very good point. Now, like I mentioned, Eric has a YouTube channel, and he told me just now that actually he's stepping away from that YouTube channel, and I want to kind of get an idea of why he's stepping away from the YouTube channel.
Well, to be frank, YouTube doesn't pay enough money to make it worthwhile. I would make money, but it's also just kind of a pain. It would be worth it if it was worth. If they're paying more money, I make enough money through my work. I don't need to do YouTube. Like, we're going to go to Cambodia tomorrow as a family, which is a little riverside town in the south of Cambodia. And I could take my camera and record the whole thing, as opposed to interacting with my family and Cambodia. But, you know, and then I could, after I do that, I could come back here and spend hours and hours editing the video. And then post it and keep an eye on it and manage all the comments that come on it, and all that stuff for a video that might make, you know, $400. So over the next year. So it's not really worth it. It's just kind of a headache. I'd rather just focus on my family and myself, and so I just stopped doing YouTube. It's not like there's no anger at YouTube or anything. It's just
no, man. And also I mentioned on my channel here, I'm going to be also talking about like YouTube, and I'm encouraging people that are my generation X, to look at YouTube as an additional source of income, as well as some way to also kind of release their creative side in life. But at the same time, if you have a family and you want to be involved in family, YouTube can absorb too much of your time. And you're documenting everything where you're not actually embracing the value of being involved with your family. So, of course, definitely it's understandable where you want to kind of step away and say, you know what, your child is young. You want to have those moments to share with that child. So I can totally respect that. And like you said, YouTube is not necessarily about making a whole lot of money, guys. You don't make a whole lot of money from YouTube, but at the same time, it is another way to kind of be creative and do things in your life, maybe outside of when you're retired and you want to do something. YouTube is also a great avenue to
I
have
agree
something to
completely.
do, right?
And actually, our channel is, or what has been growing, it's still growing, even though I'm not posting. I mean, I don't think it would be hard to hit my 10,000 subscriber, which I know is not like a huge number, but I mean, in the last 2 years, it's gone up, by several thousand subscribers, and I know that if I posted a video every week, I could grow it very quickly. But then there's the issue of soon in a year, we're going to move away from Cambodia to who knows where. And I also know that most of the viewers and subscribers from my channel are interested in Cambodia content. So when I've done Thailand content on this channel, which is mostly Cambodia stuff, get very few views. Not that many, not enough to be worth it. And it's just a lot of reasons. It's not. I just don't enjoy it enough to make it a hobby.
So let's talk about if someone was to be interested in moving to Cambodia. I mean, what would be, I guess, information or knowledge and advice you would give to them interested in moving to Cambodia? What would they want to do?
Well, if you were going to move to Cambodia, I would obviously first you would spend a lot of time on YouTube looking at channels like mine. My channel is a lot of practical advice for living and moving to Cambodia. But I don't have the only channel like that. There's lots of channels out there like that. That's step one. Step two would be to, well, I mean, I guess from the beginning, I'd have to know what kind of person you are to move to Cambodia. Like some people are moving because they want to retire, which is a great move. It's a great move to come to Cambodia or Southeast Asia in general. But if you're looking for work, then I guess it's a different set of steps. And I guess it depends what you're doing. Of course, if you want to work, there's not that many ways that you can work in Southeast Asia. For example, in Thailand, there's a law called Thai jobs for Thais. And there's a very long list of jobs that foreigners cannot do. They're not allowed to do. You can literally get arrested and deported for having these jobs. So you can't go be a cashier at the supermarket. That's on the list. You can't do agriculture. It's on the list. So you would have to have one of the few jobs you're allowed to do in Thailand, which is jobs that Thais can't do, like native English speaking teacher, for example. So you'd have to have a job you could do. I guess you could be a digital nomad. You could, because then you can work anywhere. If you're retiring, then just go. You would need to check out what the rules on visas are. So visas in Cambodia are very, very, very easy to get. They're much harder in Thailand.
Let me ask you about that visa that you mentioned it. If I say I'm retired now, let's say that I want to move to Cambodia. But I'm not, there's a certain age requirement for the visa, or do you know about the visas here?
I don't know enough about the visas. I know that people say that it's the easiest visa by far in all of Southeast Asia to get. My visas arranged for me by the school, but I believe the visa you want is called an ordinary visa. And I think you can get it for a year, and I think the requirements are actually very, very, very easy to get them. The exact requirements I don't know, but supposedly this is the easiest visa to get anywhere in Southeast Asia, and the requirements are very slight to get that and renew it.
So you could
I think it's like 500 a year or something. That's it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And the requirements are on websites as well. Then what you can do is I would contact, there's a company called IPS, which is a realty company, and they have great local Khmer English-speaking real estate agents. You tell them what kind of stuff you want, and they can help you find an apartment, and they'll go and take you around all of these apartments, and I would recommend that as well. So
IPS.
Yeah, IPS. That's right.
Awesome.
There's a guy there named Nam, N-A-M. He's very good.
Very good.
And he'll work really hard to find you a good place.
Wonderful.
But you can also just look at Facebook. They have a Phnom Penh housing Facebook group. And you can see what kind of stuff is there. So there are videos that show you what all the neighborhoods are like to help you lock down a neighborhood and all that kind of stuff.
And in terms of the neighborhoods, we're talking about Russian Market here. Is there another favorite neighborhood that you like here in Phnom Penh, or is it Russian Market just pretty much?
Well, there are a number of popular neighborhoods. My favorite one is the one we're in right now, Russian Market, which is also called Tul Tumpong. I think it's the best neighborhood. I have a video on why it's the best neighborhood. Because you can just step out of your fancy condo and in 5 minutes you can walk to 20 or 25 international cuisines, a dozen grocery stores, clothing shops, shoe shops, the market, everything. Everything.
Wow.
But other neighborhoods include the Riverside, which are a little bit more loud, but maybe a little more historic as well. A lot of party stuff there, but the Riverside is quite beautiful. BKK1 is like the more high-so area, but we actually lived there for a short time, but we didn't like it so much, but some people do. So, and if you want a little more local, there's BKK2 and BKK3. But I think if you're an expat, particularly if you're from a Western country, like the USA or Canada or Europe, I think the Russian market is probably the best neighborhood.
Wonderful, great. You know what? We're talking to Eric here. He's I don't say expert, but he's more as a local here as an expat. So he has a lot of great information on his website. I'm sorry, not website, his YouTube channel. So feel free to check out that channel to kind of get an idea of what it's like to live here in Cambodia. But I want to thank Eric for giving me time to interview with him. Again, they'll show you guys what it's like to live here as an expat in Cambodia. And we'll hopefully wish him the best here, because he mentioned that he's possibly looking for a new position a different country to teach, because he like I said, he travels around as a part of his teaching job, so that's a wonderful aspect of that as well. But one more thing before I let him go. I mentioned in my channel here, we also talk about finance in terms of preparing for retirement, also preparing for the future. And I don't think he was expecting this question, but I was going to ask him in terms of, are you having a good financial plan for your retirement and once you're done with teaching?
Well, I've kind of got a mixture set up. So the international school teachers who are licensed in the United States to teach can make pretty good money. I would say that I make more money here than I like in actual dollars in the USA. So any money that you can save from that, you can put it into an investment, into investments. And probably the best investment, if you're an American living in Southeast Asia, is a company called Interactive Brokers. They're actually one of the largest investment companies in the world. And there are others like Vanguard and whatnot, but you have to be careful because Vanguard, which is maybe even a bigger company, which lets you invest in all kinds of American stocks and ETFs and stuff, it's actually against the law to use them if you are living abroad, even if you're an American. But Interactive Brokers, no problem. You put your money in, you can buy any kind of ETF, like the Vanguard, the S&P 500, stuff like that, and just keep putting money into that. Lately, the returns have been huge the last couple of years on those. Also, I spent some time living and working in the United States, so I'm still entitled to Social Security, albeit at a lower amount, as I would be putting fewer years into some people, and also my North Carolina teacher pension, which again is not a full pension, because I was only there for 14 years, but nevertheless, I will be getting some of that when I hit a certain age. So, if for investment, you want to invest very, very early. Because of the way compound interest works. Even if you put in $30,000 and just leave it there, it can be hundreds of thousands of dollars by retirement if you do it quite early.
There you go.
But if you're putting it in near the end, then the compound interest doesn't work for you. So the best time to plant a tree is not today, it's 20 years ago. But the second best time to plant a tree is today. So start your investment now and invest in the S&P 500 or something. But what many expats want to do, the goal is to have enough money or so much money in their investment account so they can just live off the interest. I think last year my investments got like 20%, like it's ridiculous amounts. But your goal should be able to live off of like 6-7%, so that you can live off that amount, but also not to deplete, actually to continue to grow your investment. Now, you could never usually afford to live on such a small amount in the United States, for example, unless you had a stupid amount of money saved. But in Southeast Asia, I mean, if you can end up with $3,000-$4,000 a month, you're living like a king, like a literal king. And so this is why a lot of people choose to retire in Southeast Asia. And people say money doesn't matter. That's just not true. One of the refreshing things about people in Southeast Asia is they know that money matters. Money is an important resource. It just is. People tell me back in America, oh, money's not important. As long as I have my family. Well, okay, but what if like your tooth is rotting out of your head? and you're in horrible constant pain all the time because you can't afford to go to the overpriced dentist.
Right.
Oh, well, that's a problem. My question always is when people say, oh, money's not important, I say, you have teeth? Well, then it's important.
Right.
Oh, as long as I have my family, do your kids have teeth? You know, they can hurt too, you know. So it's not that money makes you happy, but it can eliminate obstacles to happiness.
There you go.
And if you're in the United States, I think a larger number of people every year don't have enough money to go around. And this is why people come, they retire in Southeast Asia, just because your money can go far enough to make your life much more livable than in the West.
Right. No, very good point. Very good point. Yeah. So, guys, not only is he investing and also doing the right things there, but also he's giving you guys an insight in terms of when you move here, why people move to Southeast Asia and retire, because your dollar goes a lot farther, right? And you can also have a good quality of life as well in your retirement, and take care of your health, take care of your life, and so that's a very good point. So, thanks so much for providing the insight. And
I would also like to say that I would challenge anyone to find or to name something that's in the United States that you can't find in Southeast Asia. So you'll enjoy your movie theaters, you enjoy your supermarkets, you enjoy your Krispy Kreme and your Burger King, and you enjoy your Starbucks and all that stuff. All that same stuff is available for here, but much cheaper. Like I had my Burger King Whopper combo yesterday. It was $7, right?
Wow.
So in the United States, would it be 15, 20?
I don't even know. Yeah, it's so long.
Yeah. So, you can have a better quality of life here for the same amount of money. But it's not for everybody. Like if you've got a big extended family that you can't be away from, it's a different story.
Absolutely. Yep. But, all right, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much, Eric. It was a wonderful time to meet you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, and we'll see you guys in the next one.